This may be one of the biggest Pokemon scandals in Pokemon history, even bigger than Logan Paul's $3.5 million first edition case scandal. This comes to us from Quachancy. And if you don't know who Quachancy is, what are you doing? He's like an OG collector, super informational, super smart. Talks about how an analysis from Pokemon Flying Master from the Elite Forum has revealed many of the prototype Alpha, Beta, Delta, etc. cards are proven to be fake. We're talking about Alpha cards that when these came out were $42,000, now selling for $11,000. Even the Deltas selling on Heritage Auction for $27,000, still going for $19,000. That means it exchanged hands twice. This is based off the metadata of the actual card. Metadata being the data that actually provides the information about the data of the physical card, not just the content of the data itself or the stuff that's on the card. Dang. And for 5 figures. So what these Pac-Man dots basically mean, we're getting an inside metadata scoop, a docu-color decoder. These little dots kind of show that the way that the ink was put on these cards couldn't have been all the way back in the 90s. And in fact, the prototype cards were printed in 2024. This says it's not commonly known, but I kind of knew this because I've had friends that work at shops show me under very, very intense microscopes the kind of color and printing on Magic cards and like kind of the little symbols that you can see when you zoom way, way in. But basically the color prints on the forms, there's these tiny yellow dots that can't be seen with the naked eye. That makes sense. To view the dots, you need a magnifying glass or a high resolution image like a microscope, and you adjust the color channels to emphasize the yellow. So different brands of printers typically produce different patterns. The most prominently known one is the Xerox DocuColor. They do this pattern, which was decoded in 2005. This pattern encodes the printer serial number as well as the date and time the page was printed. So you can think of this as like metadata, like there's metadata when you take a phone image, right? And then people can like delete images or send them somewhere. And then when cops or like people need to use things for evidence, they can kind of determine when an image was taken based on how long that image was in a phone, for example. If it was in there for 3 months, and someone's trying to say, oh, I took this image 2 days ago, then it's actually false. And it's all tracked within metadata. So because of the way the year the page was printed, it was coded by these dots that say 0110024 means 2024, which means these could not have been playtest cards because they would have been playtesting them when? Back in 1996, or at least that's what's certified by CGC. Kind of not really certifiable now, and it's kind of weird that they say they're a guarantee company when they couldn't really guarantee that.